So just like that, we are done packing for this trip. Really excited, but my body's definitely pretty worn out from the insane diving we did on Saturday, then on Monday, and now we've got 3 days back to back to back lined up. Should be incredibly fun. Should shoot a lot of good fish. Definitely gonna make some incredible memories. Spend some really good quality time with my dad, with Mark, and whoever the captain might be. And yeah, really looking forward to it.
No, de verdad, no. No.
Sleep has been dialed in, nutrition has been absolutely dialed in. My recovery days have been extremely productive because I've been really taking it easy. And now it's time to see what 3 days are gonna look like. Should be an incredible time. As you can tell, I'm very sweaty because we're in this garage, it's humid, and it's not easy putting, all the gear in tight spaces and getting ready to fly, but it's always part of the fun. This is how we get started. All right, we'll see you guys at the airport. Good morning. Today is the day. We're heading to North Carolina. I woke up early this morning, onboarded a new client, paid in full up front, and for 6 months. And now, got through some more work tasks, so delegated some stuff to my team. Got a few more onboarding details sent over to my client, responded to some emails, sent out some texts. And now we're just waiting for my dad to get home while we drink a little coffee and do a little scaping, am I right? Do a little RuneScaping action here. We got the neck reel task, so we're gonna do a little bit of this. A little bit of get the neck reels. Oh shit, are we on the right spell book? Yeah, we're on the right. Oh no, we're not on the right spell book. Oh my god, we have to go telehome and change the spell book. Anyway, the reality is I have always loved video games. I will always love video games. And got the important stuff out of the way first and foremost before we get the chance to play. So lots of playing ahead for the next 4 days out in the water. Gonna be a lot of fun. See you guys there.
Essentially that once this one's loaded to the first shark fin, which is here, then you can have 2 more bands dangling here to load onto these hooks.
I want to show Andre serious. This is a mess. So you just take the torch and you just burn this off. Yes, sir. Andres here is going to have a good day though because we're doing this for him.
Thanks, man.
Reef Runner takes care of its customers
There we go.
like no other. Best dive shop in the world right here, my friend.
The adventure starts in the grocery store. Simple sugars, simple sugars. That's what you want to dive with.
Natural, simple sugars. What do you want to avoid while diving? What do you want to avoid while diving?
Complex carbs. Anything it takes.
Well, while you're diving, yeah. But the night before, maybe
before.
not.
You don't want anything to break down and take too long to break down. It'll all break down, but you don't want stuff that takes too long to break down, right?
Yeah.
Because it pulls away and our GI tract gets too busy doing that instead of concentrating that oxygen and blood flow to our body and our muscles.
And no alcohol either. So as Mark was saying, it's very important to have simple foods with us on the trip and on the boat because we want to give the body an easy time digesting all this stuff so that we can focus on our performance and so that we don't get too much blood flowing in the digestive tract and bogging everything up. So just looking for some good healthy chips now. But you gotta keep it simple. The only exception I'd say is for dinner, since you have the night to digest and load up on glycogen that has complex carbs that are glycogen loading and have a lot of fiber, so they're going to be slower to digest, and obviously larger meals and very high protein meals. So keep it simple, but not processed. Hello, how's it going? Thank you for helping us.
Of course.
What's your name?
My name's Molly.
Molly, you're gonna be in our YouTube video. Had an epic time today, hanging out in North Carolina with Mark and his family over at a store. Now, this is the night before we go diving tomorrow, so I'm hydrating, plenty of water, even if it means waking up in the middle of the night to use the restroom. Lots of water. Hydration is going to be super important for so many reasons. Got the raw optics on, put them on about an hour ago to start accumulating melatonin, mimicking the sunset, blocking out all the blue wavelengths of light that would otherwise inhibit melatonin accumulation. Very important for deep sleep, especially when you're traveling. And to initiate the decline in core body temperature that we need to get that deep sleep, we're going and setting the thermostat to a very low number. This should be pretty good. And yeah, that's all.
Morning jerk. here. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but I named it the Pompano wreck, not to give it the real wreck name on my machine so people don't know I'm going. And I was looking on the rip charts and they changed it to the name I gave it, well, Pompano wreck. Yeah, I'm like, this is crazy. And this year a boat from Florida started the grouper season on that wreck and wrecked the whole thing. Here, you need this. That electrician came, so if you see courtesy lights,
Yeah, the cockpit lights.
I like to turn them off, yeah. Putting on an open cell wetsuit, or you'll have the worst wedgie of your life for being in a hurry. For Christmas, and she said, I did all the needlework on this, so please don't tear it. That's how you treat one of these wetsuits. Your arms nice, this back, so this doesn't become a source of the wedgie. These are sources of wedgie. Go through the sphincter. Come out of the rhinoceros's asshole. We're ready to dive. So he's gonna bring the hoist down. It's like super cool. You're gonna sit on the bow. So guys, what
Does this place move or is it just me?
This one's available.
Yeah. I mean, I might take this one. Nice. Beautiful, man. Yeah, this is incredible. Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Since you guys didn't bring any fish up,
Nice.
darn, there's one in there.
Nice little gag. Beautiful, man.
Once you get a chance to get all changed and comfortable and everything, then
Wow, this is
of course.
absolutely incredible. So we're in the frying pan tower. This is my room. Very nautical. Apparently it's the nicest room on here. A little symbolism. I'm about to turn 27. There we go. This is home for tonight. Frying pan tower. Well, it's day 2. Got some great sleep, honestly. I am pretty tired, and it was fucking cold. Finally, when the viz got better, it was so fucking cold. But it looks like today we've got a much better viz, and I think it's time to shoot some fish in the face. So I'm ready. Let's do it. Not too much protein on these salads tonight, huh? What you got there, Caesar?
I got some cantaloupe that I'm gonna.
Prosciutto. Oh, there's prosciutto too. Look at our nice green salads.
Jalapeno sourdough.
Yeah, we'll probably have some leftovers too.
It starts now. People don't realize how their body will react under stress until they're under stress. And unfortunately, out here, that could be, hey, I'm in the water and I'm drifting away from the tower and I can't swim hard enough to get back. And they've never swam like aggressively for more than 5-10 seconds. So if they now have to get back over here, they're learning real quickly that they're gonna run out of juice. They're just like a barracuda when you hook it. It jumps real good for the first flop or two, and then it's laying on its side just gasping for air per se. So yeah, let's grab this coffee and walk you through the rec room.
In a while.
The tower itself has been around since 1964. That makes this our 60th anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Yeah, and I've been around since 1960, so slightly older than that. We could walk through here, take a look what's going on. We actually have, we reconfigure everything all the time, but we currently have enough energy here that when there's not a bunch of people and air conditioning, it's perfectly quiet because we're operating purely off of solar and the storage on the lithium batteries. That's not the case today. So we've got free divers, scuba divers, all the equipment necessary to support recharging the tanks and everything, even though we're not really a dive shop or anything like that. But it allows us to do not only just the work under the tower, but also lets us do some basic science with places like NOAA or equipment on the top like NASA. Let's go take a look up here. One thing about the tower that I find fascinating is that because we're outside of America by 6 miles, when we build something, repair something, or put it back together, we only have to make it so it's actually good and solid and good engineering principles, but we actually are not required to have it inspected or get any permits because we're not in a country. There's no one to ask for a permit from. So the wind is blowing pretty good around the corner. There's usually a place to hide out. The tower itself is in 50 foot of water, and the helipad is all sloped to capture all the rainwater that comes in. Of course, we have a lot of materials that have been donated up here to help us rebuild it. But the legs themselves go down into the earth almost 296 feet and
Wow.
then are filled with cement. So in the worst of hurricanes, absolute worst, I've been out here for 3 of them, it feels like about like this. It's just noisy and wet. But there's nothing in the air but rain to hit you, so it's not like on land where you have to watch out for trees and limbs and such.
And why are you out here?
That's a great question. I originally bought the tower because something just felt right about it, and I really didn't even realize it until about 3 or 4 years in that I had bought my childhood treehouse, which is kind of a weird thing to wake up to. But then after a couple more years, I realized that to repair it and make it available for students to be able to watch on land, researchers to come out here, and also for the Coast Guard, the FAA to be able to get a bigger, further eye out on boats and planes and things like that to help keep people safe, was really enough reason to try and put it back together. And then we flipped it to a non-profit and made it so that I can get out of the way and let the young guys take over and run the facility and keep working on the repairs, because even though I started the project, I'm pretty sure I won't be the one to finish it.
Nice. And yesterday you told me that there's 3 words to describe what you're doing here. Can you tell me, can you remind me what those 3 words are?
Yeah, glad to. The tower itself, its mission is to be restored, so putting it back in order, for obvious reasons, to protect the mariners and the sea life, and then the last thing is preserve. Because if we totally fixed this all up and then walked away, well, it would just fall apart and rot again. So it's a matter of setting in place that younger generation like yourself to take the ball and run forward with it. And being able to be part of this is not just how do I put what I know into helping the tower succeed, whether or not that's making a podcast, helping me understand breathing when I'm down in the water, I get to learn about that, or someone with mad skills like a welder or electrician. But everybody is welcome to come out and volunteer, which I think is great.
So it's repair, restore, preserve?
Restore, protect, preserve.
Restore, protect, preserve.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I'm gonna have it on a shirt here soon, but we actually have our 60-year anniversary, so I think it's a pretty cool year to have this thing maybe get a little more attention, and people can find out about us on fptower.org. I don't know, I got the logo here somewhere, but fptower.org.
Lovely. And I've got a couple more questions for you. So,
Question away.
you know, typically my podcast is about health and well-being, and I consider, you know, spearfishing and freediving probably the healthiest thing that most humans could ever do, you know, considering the camaraderie, the bonding that you get with your friends and family, you know, being out here and seeing the direct and even indirect impact that human beings have on the environment, eating good food. I'm wondering, you know, how has being up here and coming across so many divers and just being a waterman yourself, how do you think that's influenced your health and well-being?
It made me realize that for many, many years, sitting at a desk and doing computer stuff is a slow degradation of the body and the mind, honestly. So getting out, doing some kind of exercise that you thoroughly love and enjoy, being in the water, swimming, being one with the water and not fighting it, and it's just changed my perspective on what you can do even at my age. And I think that's been great. I learned how to scuba dive after age 60. You know, I learned how to powered paraglide just a year ago. I'm still learning how to fly helicopters. So you can always learn new things and push your body to stay fit. I mean, we all have vehicles we walk around in all day long, right? That's us. So let's take care of it and learn about it and change the oil, you know what I mean?
Sweet.
Take care of ourselves.
Awesome, man. Anything else you want to share with our audience before we sign off?
Yeah, if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, that's really cool, but I couldn't be part of it, I have probably the most published phone number in the internet, 704-907-0399. You can actually text me, I'll actually reply. Doesn't matter how many people do it, I'll get back to you.
And we'll get you out here.
That's the goal. Beautiful day,
Awesome.
isn't it? It's great.
Thanks for your time, man. Thanks for having us out here.
It's awesome, man. I appreciate this a lot.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for having us.
If you're hot, you just go right here.
Oh, wow. I got some epic footage of the fireworks last night, too.
Good, good.
Where the bird is.
Where the bird just was. Just keep going right. Now where the bird is now. See him? Where the bird is now. Where the bird is now. Yeah, there he is. Where's Mark?
Right there.
Over there.
He's okay.
Dad's okay. He was holding on to an AP apparently.
The rescue device works. It's usually best that you're not dragging a large fish behind you that's trying to go the other way.
And he went like this when he was in the water, so he was surrounded by sharks.
Oh, lovely.
I don't know if you guys can see him, but he's way the fuck out there. How far out is that?
Actually, I know how far it is because the buoy itself is normally 3,300 feet over there. And I asked him to mark the position. That is every bit of 3/4 of a mile
Oh my god.
away. And it took him, what, not even 10 minutes?
10 minutes to get there.
Yeah. A little nervous, a little adrenaline there. You know?
Oh my god. What's that? You serious? Wait, was it actually too small? You're not fucking, are you fucking with me? Está ahí. Déjame verlo. Fuck. You got me there for a second.
You did all that work for...
Fuck, dude. My God. Thank goodness. Get it out here. Let me get a video. Get it out here. Let's see it. Put it up. Bring it up. Hoist it. Nice. For fuck's sake. Finally. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was fucking terrifying. Really hot in this wetsuit, so I'm gonna get in this cold pool. Have you ever gotten in a cold plunge 30 miles offshore? No? Well, I have. This is really nice. I was overheating in that suit. Man, look at this view. Oh, that's so nice. Wow. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. Look how, I don't know if you can tell, but they're about a mile away now. It took my dad about 10 minutes to drift out there. I was thinking maybe I had a little too much espresso this morning. Now I've definitely had too much espresso. In the sense that my sympathetic nervous system went on fucking, I didn't go on overdrive. I was relaxed, but you know, it was scary. It was scary. See my dad, barely being able to see my dad with the binoculars on. It's no joke. You know, we're 30 miles offshore. Anyway, time to get in the water and shoot an AP so I can pose for a nice pic with my dad, and we can tell a good story once we get dinner. Alright, see you guys soon. Alright, so here I am meditating, doing some applied breath work to increase that parasympathetic activity, increase my HRV, get the heart rate down before I prepare to dive. As soon as I get in the water on the first dive, boom, there are the APs. Try not to get schooled. It's easy to get mesmerized by all the fish and miss your chance at a good shot. As soon as I shoot the fish, line is wrapped, and I immediately call for Mark. I'm on the surface calling for Mark, looking for him. I can't see him anywhere. Then I look down in the water, and he's already there, helping me unwrap that line. That is 10 out of 10 dive buddy skill. I mean, that's exactly what you want out of your dive buddy. You want them to be proactive, you want them to be prepared, and yeah, I mean, this guy is just on another level. Not easy, huh? So you fix that up, and boom, now I am officially fighting the fish. I got the chance to take a couple breaths. Little knuckle touch there. Boom. It's that easy, guys. Getting the gun out of the way, keeping some tension on the fish, and I'm swimming towards the current so that you get a little bit of an advantage as you pull a line towards you. Maintain some good tension. The first thing that you want to do here when you have a big fish like this, first thing you want to focus on, as you can tell, is the line management. I mean, it can really get messy. That right there, that wrap around the fin, could have been a huge problem. Got it unwrapped. Maintaining some tension. You can see the shark band there. You'll see in just a moment why that's helpful. Super sharky spot. Super sharky. It's my first time ever diving with that shark band thing. Alright, let's see. So what you want to do is you want to manage the line, and you want to get your hands on the fish's head and tail. Boom, grab the tail, and then you want to get the gills to control the head. Boom, there are the sharks. That's no joke, guys. These sharks are feisty. They look small with the fisheye effect of the GoPro, but these were some sizable sharks. Very aggressive sharks. My dad was surrounded by 6 of them when he was dealing with his emergency. And he had no knife, nothing to defend himself. Just a bleeding fish as he was flying away. I'm calling over the boat. Getting the fish in there as soon as possible. There's Dad. Man, Man, there's no better feeling than this. Passing the fish over. Some trouble there with the gaff. Being mindful of the line. Little knuckle touch. There we go. First fish of the trip, at least from my end, in the boat.
Am I recording?
Yeah, that was, did you see how they hit the shield and then they were gone?
Yeah.
They came out once, really
Love
hard.
it.
What's your affiliate code for the shield?
I'm asking Mark for his affiliate code for the shield because it works quite well. Just making a little influencer joke there. Getting my spear back. I'm going to reload, prepare for the next dive.
It's crazy, they were right there.
Admiring some of the amberjacks, which we can shoot. They're tasty, but they're not the prized fish that we're after. Tend to have a lot of worms, parasites, but they are delicious. I think that they're absolutely delicious. Very prized fish in some parts of the world. Turning the shark band off so I don't get electrocuted as I get on the boat, out of the water. Admiring the AJs, as we call them. Little shark there. Boom. Here's our next opportunity. Oh my gosh, I almost got. Let's pause for a second. Just notice what's going on. You know, you've got all these different fish moving in all these different directions. You're trying to pick the best fish, obviously. But man, is it easy to get mesmerized, to get schooled by the fish. When that indecisiveness kicks in, oh man, the fish can easily take advantage and just get away. The opportunity slips away just like that. So anyway, I secured the gun and boom, took a shot. Nice shot right above and behind the head. I was trying to stone the fish, but as you can tell, it was only had about a second, half a second there. Again, swimming up current. Wonderful. Just textbook technique there. Maintaining some tension. Making sure that I'm connected with the fish. And trying to get it out of the way for the sharks. Trying to get that up quickly, but if you pull too hard and too fast, you're not managing the tension well. The fish can rip off. These fish in particular have very lean, soft skin, so it's not uncommon to rip off. Man, those shark bands were a pain. They were helpful, but, you know, diving with them for the first time, something to get used to. And here I'm making the effort to secure the fish, as you can tell. Just getting ready to grab that tail. So, you know, while I'm managing the line and bringing the fish up, I'm catching my breath, being mindful that the fish could drag me down at any point in time, could duck me below the surface, 10, 20 feet. Shark could come and eat it and pull me down with it if it's connected to the line. So I'm just being mindful of all this, trying to calm down, regulate my nervous system as this is all taking place. And you have to let the fish go sometimes, not as in let the fish free, but sometimes you gotta let the fish swim. Otherwise there's too much tension and you break off. So it's about applying the right amount of pressure. As you can tell, there's a shark there, and I'm still almost hit Mark. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's a shark there, and I'm still taking my time, staying calm, staying present, being mindful. Calling the guys over with the boat. On my last trip with Mark, I was in a situation like this one, trying to control the fish. Took my knife out to brain the fish, you know, to kill it, and believe it or not, the fish shook its head. I missed, and I ended up stabbing myself in the arm, and I was there in the frying pan tower. I was about 30, 50 miles offshore to get on the boat, put a tourniquet on. It was a whole mess. I have a nice scar on my arm now. But you gotta be mindful. There's a lot
like
happening
that.
all the time. Between the sharks, the boat, the dive buddy, the line, the fish. I mean, just so much. This was another shot that we got here. Another opportunity. We're just doing repeat, you know, drifts. And around the same spot by the tower. We're drifting pretty quickly. You can't tell here because you can't see the bottom, but we're drifting pretty quickly. These African pompano, they like to hang out near one of the ledges there, so we'll drift over the ledge, we'll look for them. Sometimes they come out when you least expect them to, but they're there and there's plenty. Here I'm just preparing to dive, trying to catch my breath. Can't tell, but I'm really focused on my breath right now. Waiting for that perfect dive. Down we go. Typically I keep my head down longer. I don't look around until a little later, but you know, these fish tend to hang out in the mid-water column, so sometimes you want to look around early. It's not as hydrodynamic, but it works. Boom, there's a nice African pompano right there, and I thought I had the shot lined up, but boom, no shot. Not this time. Sometimes you miss, can't win them all. And plus, another line wrap, gotta figure that out. Could've been bad. Now you just have to accept the failure and move on. Gotta reel it all in, reload, prepare for the next one. Beautiful guns. Beautiful, beautiful handmade guns by Mark La Bochetta. As we reload, focus on the breath, taking it easy. Moving on, forgetting the past, being present, fully immersed in the experience. We're very methodical. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain to reload when you have a hybrid gun with a semi-enclosed track. Well, this one is, I guess it's an open track. I was borrowing Mark's gun here, but mine is a hybrid, so. Another little shark there, checking us out. Curious. You know, sometimes you're reloading and the fish will just swim on by and, oh man, you want to rush it, but at the same time, you want to make sure that when you go down on that fish, and you've got enough oxygen and low levels of CO2 so you can be prepared in case something happens or in case you got to chase the fish down underwater. So you can't rush this process. Very methodical, very much taking our time, being mindful of our well-being, our safety, and that of our dive buddies, because we have to be ready to help them out too. Anything can happen when you're out in the middle of the ocean hunting for fish. Boom. Spear is secure. Time to load the bands. All those cable rows in the gym are pulling off. It's not easy to load the bands sometimes, you know. 6, 7, 8 hours diving. You're exhausted. Gotta do reload after reload. Oh man, it gets exhausting sometimes.
What's that? It is?
Look at all that potential energy. Mark's showing me the shark band.
Am I recording?
Time for the next spot.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next spot. This place was beautiful. This was a nice deep wreck in about 100 feet. So the relief on the wreck means how high off the sand the wreck comes up. So the wreck was in about 100 feet, but the relief was about, I believe, 20 to 25 feet. And then you have, you know, this incredible ecosystem situated within, above, and around that wreck. I mean, there were just so many different species of fish. Here, I noticed out of the corner of my eye some APs. Notice their silhouettes. I went down, boom, perfect shot. Oh man, just a beautiful shot. And there is, oh man, spear fisherman, you really can't get a better sight than that. It doesn't get better than that. Watching a float sail on the surface of the water, you know you got a nice big fish on. So this is a breakaway setup. So, you know, before I was using just a standard, you know, setup where basically I had the fish on the reel. So I was directly connected to the fish with the gun. Here, since we're on a nice deep wreck, and I mean, things that can happen, and the fish you can see here, typically much bigger fish, bigger sharks, just more stuff you got to deal with. We like to use a breakaway setup. So what that means is instead of the line being attached to the reel and therefore the gun, the line is attached to what's called a float line. So as you can see right there in that section, that's where the leader essentially attaches to the float line. And now the fish is fighting a big float. So you're completely detached. You have your gun on you. You keep your gun in case something happens. You can keep your gun, and the fish is fighting a big float. Easy to locate the fish if they swim far and far away, or if a shark takes it, or if something happens. At least you keep your gun, nice expensive, custom-made gun, and then the fish is exhausting itself as it fights the float line. Look at all that biomass. There's barracuda, there's amberjacks, almaco jacks, all kinds of snapper. Mark had shot a huge cubera snapper and he unfortunately lost it. And there's just so many species of fish, it's unbelievable. You know, we're very selective spear fishermen. You know, we know that we're after, for example, in this wreck, we were after rainbow runners, these beautiful APs, African pompanos, cubera snapper, wahoo, king mackerel. So while we can shoot all kinds of fish, you know, we're very selective. We want to make sure we get something that's tasty, something that's definitely a challenging hunt. So these APs in particular are so delicious, and it's very rewarding to capture these fish, to hunt and capture these fish, because you can't get them in stores, you can't get them in restaurants. It's something that you have to do on your own. You have to capture and kill them on your own, and you have to be beyond several miles of the shoreline, and there's very, very strict regulations with these fish throughout the US. And so yeah, I mean, you can imagine the fish is already delicious, but it tastes even better when you know that only you can put it on your dinner table. And they are just beautiful fish. They are gorgeous. The nickname for these fish is diamonds. So that concludes the day of fishing. We had a rough ride back. You can't really tell in this video, but this was about a 3 to 4 hour ride back. We're getting beat up, we're cold, we're exhausted. We are just totally depleted of energy. We got beat up, but we had some good fish in the boat. Alright, gentlemen, grab them. Take some Nice pictures. Man, these are the moments I never forget, you know? Hanging out with my dad, with Mark, and with our wonderful captain, Caesar. Capturing memories that will last many lifetimes. These are stories that we share with you guys that I will eventually share with my kids. And that concludes our day of fishing. Now it's time to clean the fish, package the fish, and bring it home. Back in Mark's beautiful home. His lovely wife, and young girls waiting for us to return. Some good fish, some good stories. Time to organize, clean all the gear. Look at these beautiful weapons. Most are handmade by Mark.
The sound of the ocean.
The sound of the ocean or the sound of the frying pan tower? Mark's a funny guy. What the heck is that? Who shot that? Making fun of my dad for shooting little fish.
I think it has to do with, like, their attachment point is somewhere like around, see, that's 1 ring, 2 rings, 3 rings, somewhere around the 3rd ring. You have to hit it, crack that, and then you cut that attachment point, and then they just fall right out because they got nothing to hold. They got nothing to hold them. So.
And of course, some sourdough pizza to celebrate. Oh man. Best pizza I ever had in my life. Shout out to the Labuchetta family for an unforgettable experience. We'll be back soon in October to hunt some wahoo. Make sure to keep you guys updated with our progress. And of course, another incredible video. But hey, we're not done yet. Stick around. We're going to show you how we prepare this fish and the moments that we get to create among our beloved friends and family. Through the stories, through the experiences, and the delicious flesh that we worked so hard to capture. That sunset was just such a nice way to conclude a long trip. Believe it or not, the drone actually ended up falling in the water in one of these videos. I'm not sure if we got it, but it fell. I saved the drone. SD card was good. Had to get the drone replaced, but we got the memories. Can you imagine? Filleting fish is an art. Vacuum seal, and it basically lasts forever. We brought back like, I don't know, 30, 40 pounds of fish. Almost missed our flight. Got 40 or 50 pounds of fish right there in that bag. My dad's telling me to hurry the F up. I'm good, I got a couple minutes. And we didn't have enough time to center all of our luggage in the plane, so Mark doesn't have to ship it to us. Thank goodness I put all the important stuff in my backpack from the fish. All right, we'll see you guys. We're back. This bag is heavy as shit. Good problems to have.
Dale, saca eso.
Qué cómico.
Y eso es Alonso García.
Pero cuéntame qué son esos pescaditos. Esto es hecho por el pescado, por él.
Esto le falta sal.
Ay, carajo, me quemé.
Esto le falta.
Cheers. This is absolutely delicious. This is the broth we made from the fish bones, the black grouper, and the money snapper. It's so delicious. Honestly, the tastiest electrolytes that you'll ever get, and the most nutrient dense. Everyone there is just enjoying their seconds and thirds because they got so much. Most people will discard it, and I think it's an absolute crime because it is just delicious, nutrient dense, so easy to prepare, and you can store it. It lasts forever. So, cheers to more intentional use of your fish.
A few words from our sponsor.
Yes, I'm really excited about this soup made from the bottom of the sea.
From the bottom of the sea.
From the middle. So the thing is, I run today over 6 miles, almost 7 miles, and then back here to enjoy family and time and good time. This Andres feeds these fishes. Damn, I feel so like alive again. This is like electrolyte for me.
Okay, we need a good thumbnail. Can we get a kiss?
Darwin, mira.
¿Qué tal? Ina, ¿qué tal? Bueno,
Se le siente que es un pescado fresco.
muy fresco.
Sinceramente, de verdad.
Good, fresh, dude. Ok, ¿qué les parece el pescado?
Esta pesquería está muy buena. Debe ser una crema como el
Huele divino, huele a...
Bueno, cheers. Salud a la familia, mucho amor.
Disfuncional. La peor, una mesa disfuncional para Mónica. Sí, claro.
This isn't a key lime pie.
It's an Italian key lime pie.
Italian es coñete en plato.
No, the first one is always bad, like the first song.
Yeah.
La torta está como el almuerzo de
Como the first pancake. The first...
For the first son, to make up for how bad he is.
Sí, pero...
Sí,
No, frío.
Falta más limón y menos frío.
No, está perfecto. Frío, si acaso.
Mónica.
Más limón.
Mónica.
costillas, ¿verdad?
No. Taniki. Good. Sí.
Ahí va.